Probably the biggest Hindi movie release of 2021 is here. After many delays due to the ongoing pandemic, the Salman Khan starrer Radhe is here. Where do I even start? This video can easily be bashing a film and urging you to stay away from it, but I firstly have to do my due diligence, and secondly, which is the most important point, should not discredit that movies and their perception are subjective. So I shouldn't take away from the fact that people may even like this, even though that completely blows my mind. Radhe, directed by Prabhu Deva, is an official remake of the 2017 South Korean film The Outlaws. Capitalizing on the star power of Salman Khan, the movie sets a similar premise in Mumbai, a city engulfed with a monster that is drug addiction. A task force chooses Radhe to curb the growing influence of a gang led by Randeep Hooda, causing havoc amongst the already existing gangs and put an end to the drug racket. The film is considered to be an extension of the 2009 successful film Wanted, a remake of the Telugu film Pokeri, which was again a collaboration between Salman Khan and Prabhu Deva. What's important to understand before I get into this review is that Radhe is not connected in any way to Wanted, but the creators just like to use the keywords in anything associated with Salman Khan's life. So you've got the name of his character from Tere Naam and Wanted in the title, what people love to call him in the extension of the title, the flannels from Wanted reappear, and the blue chain, which is a character in itself, also stays. So more or less the character is an extension of the star. Keep that in mind, as actors usually strive towards completely separating their characters from their real persona. Anyway, here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the film so that you guys can ultimately decide whether you want to watch Radhe on Z5 or not. The good. Length. What I will give to a film like Radhe is that it is fast-paced. The movie is close to 1 hour and 49 minutes long, which is unlike any Salman Khan movie. What this leads to is a quick-paced narrative to get right into the meat of the matter. So thankfully, while I have several issues with the film, it won't be a slogfest for anyone who is tuning in for a mindless commercial masala entertainer, because it is precisely that. I was seeing reports on how the film's intention is to educate the viewers about the growing problem of drug use in the country, but it is merely a means to see your favorite star beat up the bad guy. The level of nuance required for that kind of topic to be explored is not even attempted. Self-aware and some of the cast. You know, there are moments in the film that genuinely made me smile. There is a self-awareness to this film that makes me appreciate the fact that it doesn't take itself too seriously. The film was made for the theatres. Salman is literally breaking the fourth wall to wish you Eid Mubarak, intended for the hooting and cheering for theatres. I would imagine other characters in this world be like, bhai, kisse baat kar rahe hain? There are several meta instances also, from a photographer telling Salman to audition for Big Boss to being dropped off to the Galaxy Apartments by Disha Patani. It's silly but quite funny at the same time. I don't know what it is about Jackie Shroff, but whenever he comes on screen, he makes me chuckle. The scenes he shares with Salman, while written poorly, showcases a cute chemistry between them, which is reflective of how they are with each other in real life. Randeep Hooda and Praveen Tarde. Without a shadow of a doubt, the only actors that make some form of impression are Praveen Tarde and Randeep Hooda. For all of you that don't know, Praveen Tarde is a Marathi actor recently famous for his performance in Mulshi Pattern, the same movie that Salman Khan is remaking with Antim. He has an energy and presence that really stands out in this film. Randeep Hooda, to no surprise of audiences, is the star of this show. He is the perfect candidate to play the antagonist in this film, or even influence individuals to tune in for some reason. He is cool, calm, and so effective with his dialogue delivery. The intensity of his performance acts as one of the biggest selling points of why I momentarily was engaged in this film. Hooda, especially in the action sequences and his signature knife, impresses so much. Watch out for this long one take where he absolutely annihilates everyone in this film. Sadly, Hooda is one of the, if not the only saving grace of this film. The underwhelming aspects. The dialogues. You already got a glimpse from the trailer on how bad the dialogues are of this movie. I'm shocked that Vijay Maurya, the same man who wrote the impactful dialogues of Gully Boy, has written poetic lines like "Abhi to 3 inch घुसाया है, अगर आगे कोई बढ़ा तो उसका bladder की जगह फेफड़ा होगा और liver की जगह kidney." I mean, what? You have the classic Diya and Nadia joke that still people are wrapping their heads around. Salman's character meets Jackie Shroff only for Shroff to say, "Suna hai tu bahut dangerous hai. I am too dangerous." Get it? मतलब double. Context के लिए हाथ से भी दिखाते हैं वो. The same Wanted line about एक commitment कर दी repeats multiple times, and what takes the cake is when Disha and Salman are flirting with each other, and after a binge drinking session, Salman falls asleep. To which Disha says, "खड़े खड़े सो गया, अब मेरे future का क्या होगा?" You got it, right? Yep. The music and choreography. What do I state that I haven't already when it comes to the music of Radhe? The problem necessarily isn't the product. Some of the songs are actually catchy. The problem is how it is integrated into the storyline. C.T. Mar, a poor remake of the Telugu smash hit featuring Allu Arjun, is embarrassing at best. Even a talented dancer like Disha Patani looks awkward in the sequence, for no fault of hers, as it is a combination of Prabhu Deva's unnecessarily complicated choreography and the need to accommodate the steps for Salman as well. Even a song like Zoom Zoom showcases Salman and Disha performing uncoordinated steps, making me believe that there was no room for another take. I don't know what it is, but Salman is so stiff in these musical numbers that it boggles my mind on what a free fall it has been regarding his dance moves. Even though he isn't the best of performers, there was a nimbleness to him in dance numbers which would make it enjoyable, even if in a funny way. But in most of the dance numbers in Radhe, Salman is barely moving. Where I can give some credit is Jacqueline Fernandez in her number Dil De Diya. She, despite the complicated choreography, produces a very clean and competent performance. She executes perfectly basically what Katrina Kaif tried to do with Soraya. The role of women. I have an admiration for Disha for her conviction and hard work. She has a genuine energy that I loved in a film like Malang. Her role as Diya in Radhe is so out of place and unnecessary though, that I genuinely feel that the story would not have changed if she didn't exist in this world. Her role is precisely to be the romantic interest at random intervals and shake a leg in songs. It has basically nothing to do with the story. Shocking, right? The 2017 South Korean film The Outlaws had no romantic interest or subplot even, and it elevated its comedic touch through its inventive writing. You have random sequences here just for gags that feature Disha, and I have to say most of them aren't even funny. The story just showcases Disha inviting Salman to random events while the dude is literally saving Mumbai from becoming a graveyard. How does he have the bandwidth to do so much? The moods and worship of Salman Khan. What needs to be acknowledged is that this is a goldmine for a Salman Khan fan, because Radhe is nothing but the celebration of the star and his aura. I have a love-hate relationship with Salman the actor, for when he tries in films like Sultan and Bajrangi Bhaijaan, I'm so surprised and impressed. But when I see him sleepwalk his way in films like Race 3, it makes me sad and even ponder over whether he even cares about acting. Radhe is more or less a mixture of both. Salman tries in some scenes, and in others you can clearly tell he couldn't care less and just wants the take to end. It is clearly evident when Salman is partaking in the action scenes, the creators superimpose his face on a body double. There is a stiffness to the actor and his performance that comes across as very jarring in moments. What the film successfully does though is pander to the Bhai fans, as he is treated nothing short of a superhero in this film. He runs like Flash without anyone noticing. Literally, by the way. Flash. He kills bad guys saying it's for womankind. His abs are enhanced digitally. Goons say, bhai, aapki body dekh ke kaun nahi bhagega? It's full hero worship. Just to defend Radhe for 1 second, can I just say that the trailer definitely did a disservice to this film on how bad it will eventually be. Is this a mindless commercial masala film that will not be remembered next week? Yes. If you tune in to escape from the dread around us in real life, will this film momentarily entertain you? Maybe. It is all dependent on the bar you set. The conclusive action sequence of Radhe will literally make you go, matlab kuch bhi is happening. But we knew all along that the intention of this film was to force you to shut your brain and just concede to Prabhu Deva's over-the-top vision. Humse to na ho payega. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about Radhe. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.